Should I take it? All right. Thank you very much, media, for your presence and the fact-finding mission. Let me start by saying we set out on a mission to come and assess the extent of damage which was done by the day before yesterday's fracas, and we are convinced that the timing of the damage was had a basis to destroy as much as they wanted to. Let me say this: we as police and security, defense, we are out there to see for peace in general for the members of the public. When we see a disturbance like this, we are actually sent into action. And our findings this morning is that we saw the anger of the illegal miners. When they express the anger, they express it on property, which we are entrusted to protect, and also the anger on people in general, and the police. The police admitted to the hospital because of the physical vengeance that the youth exacted on them. We also saw that the road equipment was also damaged to the point where it will need, I think, total replacement in order for them to restart the works. We saw also CDF property damaged. It's like they are also on a mission, a political mission to set the clock backwards, set the clock against the government endeavors, in economic endeavors, such as all the projects that have been put for the people. They were all out to destroy them. Let me assure these people, wherever they are, that the police are coming after you. Your time and the days are numbered, and once we catch up with you, we will take you to the House of Justice, which is the courts, and we'll make sure that you pay the price for what you've done. This is not out of ill wishes from the police. We want the best for all the citizens, but you should be timely about how you get the best out of the government services and not to damage them, because what will it benefit anybody else to damage the road equipment that is supposed to give a service to the people? You're taking the development backwards, as far as maybe when you damage such equipment, actually setting us maybe several years backwards when we're supposed to move forward. We need every area of development safeguarded by the police, and this is what we are all out to do. We are not going to allow lawlessness, and in case they've forgotten all riots that have been done, they come to an abrupt end with a lot of people arrested and taken to court, as the case may be. In this instance, we have some people who have been detained for causing such havoc, and they can rest assured they will end up in court, and their ending won't be pleasant. So, going forward, all citizens, who are law-abiding should come forward and provide information to the police about those that are still hanging out there who are responsible for damaging the property, and as well as injuring the police in the process. And not only that, we saw that the actions, their irresponsible actions, saw one person dead. This is not good news at all for all citizens. Our appeal is that we should behave responsibly, and the police are not there to cause misery or harm to anybody, but to provide protection, because it's your constitutional right to seek remedy, to seek also solace in the justice that the police provide from time to time, because it's your constitutional right. But should you behave otherwise, the police are forced to turn around and enforce the law accordingly, which is also a punitive measure, and whose measure you are not ready to appreciate, because you are all out to blame the police for what they did. And lastly, and I want to pray to give thanks to all the gallant officers that were involved in quenching this havoc behavior, because they did it in a gallant way and not in a cowardly manner like those that we are looking for. And for that, they have our support and the support of the provincial administration, as assured by the provincial minister in here, Honorable Matambo. And we look forward to serving you in the interest of the Constitution. But you also stop to think about crossing the path of the law enforcers, because we will not stand by while you damage this country. Thank you very much.
Well, like the way the minister said, he spoke about the care that the Commander-in-Chief has for the youths, especially those who are working there. This is also our core also, and that's the reason why we are deployed there, to ensure that we provide security befitting to them. It's not to deter them, it's to ensure that the correct things are done and that safe mining is conducted. Suffice to say that it's very disappointing, like the way the minister said, when things were just unfolding, where a roadmap is being drawn, and then boom, there is a riot and looting, destroying property worth of millions of kwacha, which will take long to actually repair, like alluded to by the IG. The law is blind. It doesn't select. So all those culprits, like he has mentioned, times of social media, there are video footages, and these will be used to track some of them. There's no one who's going to hide. And it's very sad that on things that negotiations could be done, discussions could be had, now you resort to actually facing the law and running away from the law. What would have been difficult for them to just retreat from there and wait for the provincial administration to see what they are doing, and even find out from them what the provincial administration is doing for them. The provincial administration is fully behind them. Unfortunately, we are seeing the damage to property, which will slow down the work. Very, very sad indeed. I think what I also see is that, very young children going into the pits as young as 12, 13, 14. I think that's not correct. Those adults must be very much worried that these children, they require to go to school. And if anything, they should help them, direct them back to school. Education is very free. So there's no one who can say that, no, I cannot afford. That's why I'm doing ABC. No. Education is free. And even if you don't have uniforms, you can go into a class, because no one is being chased for lack of uniforms. So it's not good that they encourage children to go there. That's accordingly immoral. It is not very good. They should also have the confidence in our provincial administration. Yes, we know that our people have lived in situations where leadership has been lacking long in the past. But this is different. They can even see the minister taking off his time, the busy schedule that he has, coming to assess and to see and to try to restore. This shows that this is a different type of leadership, brought from a different brand, which requires now for them to have the trust and the confidence. And also our appeal as security officers is that they should stop taunting soldiers in uniform. There's nothing you can do. Words like that. They don't have grounds. What do you want them to do? And even trying to pull them in their uniforms. Surely, that is going beyond the normal. That's beyond provocation. All this is trying to incite anarchy, which is not very good. I think let's refrain. Let them have confidence that the men and women in uniform, when they are there, they are not against them. They are for them, to make sure that law and order is maintained. And this is also to just inform our fellow citizens that let's stop sending those children there. That's against the law. Any child found there related to someone at a time that the provincial administration would have set up matters straight, those will be arrested together with the children that they brought there. We stop provoking the men and women in uniform. Let's respect them. Let's respect them. Let's make sure that if we have issues, we ask. If we cannot reason with those who are on the ground, that's why there is leadership even at district level, at provincial level. We have every leader in all these departments. So I will only ask that these things cannot be let just go as business as usual. All those who were involved in rioting, the police are on the ground investigating. Even National Service is helping to ensure, the Army is helping, the Air Force is helping, the intelligence are helping. Everyone is involved to ensure that we track down these culprits, like the minister said, so that we can bring a stop to such kind of resorting to violence. We can talk, we can discuss. You cannot twist your elder. It is important that you go to them and speak with them, and they will listen to whatever grievances you have. It is not good at all. And let not one use anyone. Such are not very good things. It is imperative that when someone is trying to tell you to do something that you can surely recognize that this is not lawful, better to refuse than to be drawn into something that will lead you as an individual to answer to the law after the action has taken place. It is best to maintain peace. Peace is needed, and we Zambians are peace-loving people. That's why we have stayed loving each other. Some of us have grown up on the Copperbelt here. We have never seen such kind of behavior. In fact, we never even had such things in the mine areas. These were restricted areas at our time when we were growing up on the Copperbelt here. Even in those tenements, it was a no-go area. But now you have been given a chance. People want to give you good ways of actually going there and mine. And not only are you left alone, even the commander-in-chief is concerned. You know, when we lost a lot of lives, he was here with my officer, this one, General Mlenga. They were here, they were on the ground, trying to do the rescue, search and rescue. Everyone remembers. That shows that you don't need to resort to violence or looting or doing anything in order to be seen. No, the commander-in-chief is seeing you. There are things that are happening behind the curtains that which you don't even know, which are for the good of all of us. I think let's respect ourselves and respect the laws and make sure that we abide by it. It's not good that we start turning against each other using the law. No, it is important that if we have any grievances, we address them to the right officers. The minister is here. We have officers from the province. We have officers down to the district. Even in the constituents, we have officers, officials there. So you can air your grievances in a normal way and see and have an amicable discussion. I think, Honorable Minister, that's what I can say. Thank you so much.